Hey gamers, I'm back, the one and only Spider-Man. I have no idea about the quality of this stream right now. Got a new camera, got some new equipment, but this could all glitch out for all I know. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to resume Spider-Man. I've been meaning to resume Spider-Man for a while. I've been wanting to continue playing Spider-Man. I love this game, and I want to talk about Spider-Man, but for right now, this is basically just going to be a bit of a test stream. So what we're going to do, at least until we wait for people to start showing up on the stream, I'm just going to cruise around New York City and just kind of screw around and see what happens. So hopefully you guys will enjoy it. If you guys are watching the archive, I do intend to archive this so I know what I'm doing. So yeah, let's get to it.
Not getting much coverage. I should look for more towers to activate.
I noticed in the last time I was streaming I was getting a bit of an echo. I am doing things now in order to prevent the echo, but if I'm still hearing an echo, I will fix that. We'll just have to cross that bridge if we get there. So, what's been going on today? What's been going on with Spider-Man? A lot of stuff, actually. A lot of stuff to be talking about with Spider-Man. I don't even know where to begin. There's a little bit of a crime there. Let's fix that, shall we? I don't have a problem with fixing a crime. Okay, how do I save this guy?
Help me! Please!
Not my best.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone's trapped in that car. I've got you. Stay calm. Ah! Victims are out of danger. Let's let the EMTs do their job now.
Pretty cool.
I'm gonna tell everybody you're for real.
Okay, there's a backpack over here. Let's grab one. Now, my current objective, at least on the main story, is to go after the Shocker. That's pretty much where I left off the last time that I played. But I'm not going to do that right now because I'm not certain how well this stream is going to go, and nobody's here in the stream right now. So, what I'm going to do instead is just kind of screw around. Under here.
I understand we have another low-information caller who thinks we're better off thanks to Spider-Man. Let's see if I can set her straight. You're on with J. Jonah James.
I just want to say that I've never seen Manhattan so safe and peaceful. Compare what it was like when Spider-Man first showed up to now.
Okay, fair enough, I will. Then, we had police and firefighters doing a wonderful job. There was crime, sure, but nothing they couldn't handle. Of course, we do have things now we didn't have then. Maniacs who shoot electricity out of their eyes. Walking piles of sand.
Oh, I like the walking piles of sand.
He's made of bees!
Didn't Spider-Man put all those guys in jail?
You're missing the point. They didn't exist before he came along. At best, he attracts them. But I've often wondered if they're in cahoots.
Wow, I've never actually heard anyone say cahoots before. Look, all I'm saying is, I'd hate to imagine what would have happened if all those guys showed up and Spider-Man wasn't here.
Another lost cause. Goodbye.
Avengers Tower. Let's get a pick. Cool.
Attention units, there is a reported narcotics sale in progress.
Aw, darn it.
Located in the vicinity of Vanderbilt.
Yeah, gotta be my friendly neighborhood Spider-Man now. Let's see if I can... how good the combat is right now. Right now, everything's running good with a little bit of slowdown, but that's kind of been around since the patch.
Hey, guys! Got prescriptions for this stuff? Oh, man! Not you asked for it! No!
Should take care of that. Wait, where's he going? Yeah, I don't remember the game doing that.
Just drop me off at the jail. No reason.
Yeah, seriously, who? Not supposed to do that. That's bad. Bad for traffic. Better.
Drugs are maybe my most disliked criminal activity. Definitely top 5. Or
Okay.
bottom 5. However that works.
Oops, I hit the wrong button. I am going in the wrong direction. I wanted to go back to Avengers Tower and check that little, what do you call it up there? There's a book bag up there. Now, a lot of people have been claiming that this is an error. Particularly, there are two things. One, how could Spider-Man afford this many backpacks? Like, there are literally 50 backpacks to find in this game. That's not a spoiler. You guys saw the meter. But I'd like to make 2 comments here about that. Particularly, he does mention that he does get unlimited backpacks from, like, some grant or something he won when he was a kid. So there is that he has going for him. The other thing he has going is, how is the webbing still working since his fluid is supposed to expire after about 2 hours? Basically just dissolves. And if I didn't already have the achievement, this would actually get you an achievement in the game. Really nice view. Don't know why. Oh, there it goes. My foot was sticking through. That's the raft right over there.
The raft. When a rake...
10:30. Active robbery in progress.
Ah.
Officers needed in the vicinity of Vanderbilt.
Let's play some Amazing Spider-Man opening right now. The first movie wasn't bad for Amazing Spider-Man, but the second movie was terrible. There was just so much wrong with that movie.
Support your local businesses by not robbing them, please!
I did not want that to happen. That I did want to happen. Takes care of him. Cool.
Good old-fashioned holdup. Vintage crime stopping right there.
Yeah, I really do need to level up.
Probably better if I'm not here when the cops arrive.
I'm like looking at my stats right now and they're terrible. Like, how good? Yeah, I can't unlock that. I can't unlock this. I already have this because of DLC. Already got that because of DLC and that because of DLC. I do not have that. But I can use this. Well, we'll hold off using that for right now. What about this stuff? Can I upgrade my guys? Yes, I can. Upgrade my web shooters. That'd be nice. I do not have the ability to upload those or unlock those. Alright, moving on. Let's just do some unlocks right now, because even though I got to fight the Shocker, you know, the Shocker, he shocks people, I really do need to be in a better state. I got to have more gadget unlocks. I got to be at a higher level. Even though I'm not playing on a high difficulty, there's still some stuff I really got to do. Let me get some more landmark tokens. This is all XP. I really need XP right now. So, a couple of things I just want to give you guys a heads up for. The sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming's trailer, called Spider-Man Far From Home, has been released today. In fact, not just one trailer was released, but 2 trailers two unique trailers were released today. First trailer to be released was the United States trailer that was released on the Marvel official Marvel Entertainment YouTube channel. The second one to be released was the international trailer, which was released on Sony's official YouTube website. These are not bootlegs; these are real trailers. I wish they were in 4K. They are not. For some reason, Sony does not actually. Heck, Marvel doesn't. Okay, I'm screwing around. Sorry about this, guys. I was so concentrated. Anyway, double back.
She can talk to me. Curbside.
Sorry about that.
That's just rude.
Alright, there's one more guy here as a driver. Now, officially speaking, from what I've been told, Spider-Man doesn't really change his suit. Like, this is Spider-Man's suit canonically to the game. So even though you can wear multiple different suits, the game still officially considers you wearing this suit. No, he's not there. Darn it, I wanted him to be down.
Do auto insurers offer a living clause yet?
All right.
$1 million idea just waiting to happen.
Cool. Alright, let's see. Can I upgrade anything right now? I do have some skill points. Alright, that's cool. Kind of want that. Definitely want this. Yeah, definitely gonna want that. Okay. Alright, what else have we got in the game coming up? Two landmarks in the opposite direction. I'll have to turn around and grab them. I passed by the one of them, which was the MoMA. MoMA's real. Sorry, not maybe. Yeah, I passed by one. The MoMA is one of them. I think the Guggenheim is the other. Now, as far as I know, the funny thing is that if you presented like what is real to a layman, like this is the MoMA, and it doesn't look like it's a. Oh, I was gonna say, isn't this a Manhattan Museum of Contemporary Art, MoMA? This is not real. This is not a real location at all. The MoMA does not exist. It is not real. The Manhattan Museum of the Manhattan Museum of Modern Art, the MoMA, does exist. And if you told me, okay, this is true. This is the Guggenheim Museum. This is actually real. I mean, look at this thing. I'm telling you, it's real. If you presented me as a young child, like, okay, what's real and what's not real, I would tell you that I would not believe that I would tell you I would believe that this place was real, but that
Gotta be honest, not a
the
fan
Guggenheim
of
was
pharma,
definitely not real. Well,
especially back alley big pharma.
it's actually the opposite. Cool. Getting better at those quick recoveries because I did the upgrade, but still not at 100% there. I'm so used to actually playing with a fully leveled up Spider-Man.
Knocking the ever-loving stuffing out of dealers is my anti-drug.
Cool. Alright. There's still nobody in the chat, which kind of stinks. Don't have research token abilities yet. It's still too early in the game.
Guys, good news. The police are coming to protect you.
What do you say? Well, I kind of want to. I kind of want to do this. You know what? Forget it. I don't want to. I don't want to do this for a good reason. There's nobody here in the chat, and I kind of want an audience before I start playing around in the game. Really, so me just screwing around and doing side missions and just hanging out in New York. I mean, New York looks cool. That's fine. I have no problem with that. By the way, the reason why I upgraded the setup is that this setup is actually set up for VR now. I have no idea how well I'm going to be able to stream VR games, but who knows? Alright, let's clear up Harlem. This will just take a few minutes. But yeah, I really should unlock Harlem. Now, unfortunately, from what I've been told by most geography experts, or people that are familiar with the layout of New York City, the game did end up cutting out most of Harlem. That's unfortunate, but what are you going to do? I mean, there's only so much of New York this thing could fit in memory, I guess. Oh, there it is. I mean, Harlem is certainly an important part of New York. It's not so much for Spider-Man, though. Harlem is more a place for like guys like Jessica Jones and Luke Cage, basically. That's more. If this was like a Luke Cage game, then yeah, you couldn't cut out Harlem. But Luke Cage really doesn't appear in the game, and so. I mean, I think they did a good job with what they've got. I think they did succeed in squeezing Harlem pretty well into the game, especially given the fact of how big New York is. But
Gentlemen, afraid I've got to ask you to leave the store. Never touches the ground.
yeah, I'm noticing these slowdowns. It's not me. I think it's the patch, honestly. I think the most recent patch has caused these slowdowns. Ah, darn it. And again, I'm so used to playing the game with all my upgrades.
You're gonna pay for that.
That did it.
Good old-fashioned holdup. Vintage crime stopping right there.
Cool.
I'll text Yuri the location. Cops will be here in no... Get a picture.
So yeah, they actually mentioned in a couple of places, including Spider-Man: Homecoming, that his Nelson and Murdoch might. Okay, I'm going to tell you this right now. When I was reading comic books as a college freshman, I started reading comic books. The go-to book that I loved was Daredevil. Daredevil was my favorite.
Mobilize on Garvey Park. Over.
Yep. No, I see some red dots here, so maybe this might be the...
Someone's getting robbed. Oh, it is on. It's the spider guy! Go easy there, Spidey!
And stay down.
Every two-bit mugger thinks he's the next Wilson Fisk.
And I took care of that.
Well,
cool.
They are going to jail, so...
So yeah, my favorite superhero was Daredevil. I first became familiar with Daredevil from the Trial of the Incredible Hulk TV movie. And I know that that was intended to be a backdoor pilot for a Daredevil movie. John Rhys Davies played the Kingpin. I thought it was a pretty awesome movie. I mean, I know a lot of people hated it because it really isn't an Incredible Hulk movie, which, let's be honest, it isn't. It's a Daredevil movie. But I still thought, I mean, Bixby directed it. I still thought it was great. I enjoyed it. So... and that became my first exposure to the Daredevil character. I later saw the Daredevil movie around the same time I was reading the Daredevil comic. I did not like the theatrical cut of Daredevil, the movie.
Officers respond. We've got a 10-10 narcotics sale in progress.
At all. I thought it was just...
Over.
I felt like I was watching a trailer for the movie as opposed to the movie itself. There was just way too much cut out of it to make the movie coherent. I thought it had some great moments, but I didn't feel that it was a good movie, again, because of the amount of content that was cut from it. That's the bar with no name. We're going to get a chance to see that a little closer, not now, but maybe later. And those are the Harlem landmarks. There's some of them. I was really grateful when they finally released the director's cut on DVD, and they later ended up at, that's like the staple version for the Blu-ray release, which is fine. You know, it's fine. I thought it was a much, much, much better movie. And I mean, I understand that the movie these days, especially after the Daredevil TV series has come out, is a big, you know, has been considered like a redheaded stepchild of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I liked Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie. At least the director's cut I liked. And now I got the rest of Harlem open. Maybe that's because I'm a Daredevil fan and I'll accept it. But I haven't exactly been in a big rush to watch the Daredevil TV series on Netflix, even though really I should. And I am mad at Disney for canceling that series. And from what I've been told, that might actually be rebooting it. But I don't base that on any insider information. I don't have any insider information. So yeah, this is Harlem. Pretty cool.
The drug trade's gotten more aggressive post-Fisk. Gotta stop that. Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
Got him.
Knocking the ever-loving stuffing out of dealers is my anti-drug.
Let's see, what have I left up here? Okay, so I got backpack over here, which I can grab. Fisk warehouse over here.
Gotta split before the cops get here. Never know how they'll react to me.
Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna start going for more of these backpacks right now, because and again, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. If I get all the backpacks, there's actually something unlockable. Now, from what I've been told, this cemetery does not exist in real life. This was put here. I can't confirm that 100%, but that's what I was told. There we go. But that having been said, I do think it serves multiple purposes. Particularly, this is a place... Uncle Ben's grave is here. Somewhere. And if you can find it...
You might have heard about the robbery at Roseman's auction house. What you probably didn't hear, but my sources confirm, is that the perpetrators were wearing masks. Horrible, demonic faces. Yet another example of the explosion in mass criminals since Spider-Man came on the scene. Let's hear your thoughts. You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I see your point, but Spider-Man stopped those guys today. Saying he's like them because he wears a mask isn't fair. It's like prejudice.
Wrong. Here's a little lesson in the English language, my friend. Prejudice means to prejudge someone before you know anything about them. I know all I need to about Spider-Man. He runs around causing chaos, wearing a mask so he doesn't have to answer for his shenanigans, and a flashy costume so he gets attention to feed his gigantic, insatiable ego. Now, if I'm a mentally unstable person and I see him getting all this coverage, what am I going to do? It's called copycat behavior, people, and it's ruining New York.
Okay, what they're basically trying to say is that there is a difference between prejudging and judging.
All units, report of a narcotics sale in progress. Backup needed in Bloomingdale.
I really wanted to clear out this area, but what are you gonna do?
Hey guys, you got prescriptions for this stuff?
No, the fuck? Come on, spider web. Not fair, not fair! Look for the car! Taking us off!
I'm losing them! Gotta catch up.
Every time I try to freaking connect to this thing. There we go.
Just drop me off at the jail. No reason. Yeah.
I don't see anybody in the passenger seat. There was one guy there. Let's get him. Okay, I was not fast enough. Sorry about that.
Knocking the ever-loving stuffing out of dealers is my anti-drug.
Alright, there's a spot here with a surveillance tower. Probably going to want to check that out. Couple more surveillance towers that I didn't check out because they weren't in range, but I might as well check out a couple of these, especially if I want to do some of the side activities. Like, I'm going to just give you guys a tip, and again, this is not a spoiler. I do like the radio towers in this game, and I do think that the radio towers are a good decision, a good addition to the game. It makes basically having to find things without the need of a strategy guide that much more that much more useful, especially since, as far as I know, this game has no strategy guide. It has other things like an art book and a novelization prequel. Revan! I've been waiting for you. I haven't played any missions. I was waiting for you or for Kajar or for Shishi Bell to come in. How's it look and sound on your end? I made some improvements. I've made some changes to the system. Take a look. That's not for today. That's not for today. Columbia. Nice.
Attention units, civilians.
Okay.
They're trapped inside their vehicles following a crash. Requesting officers on scene at Bloomingdale.
Car wreck down there. Bad one. People could be injured.
You will go bye-bye. Oh yeah, that's definitely not me. Twitch streaming is, yeah, the Twitch freezing, I can't avoid that. I think, I know what you're talking about, actually. I swear, I've seen it before, I've had that problem. That's basically, that's on Twitch's end, I can't control that.
I got you. Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, that's one civilian down. You like the shirt?
Victims are out of danger.
I got both of them out? Okay, cool, they were in the same vehicle. That works. They're in the same vehicle, that works. Right. See if we can get another backpack. Yeah, I missed you, Revan. I mean, it's been a really tough time. There's a couple of reasons why I haven't been streaming as much, or I haven't been streaming at all in the last couple of months. One, I got a job, and I knew it was a temporary job, and it was a temporary job, and you can read about my exploits about it on my YouTube channel. it ended, and it ended just before the holidays happened, and by holidays I mean Christmas and New Year's. So I had to go straight from, well, I'm working to, well, I got to make sure that I do all the extended family parties and things like that.
207,
And
kidnapping reported. Nearest unit, please respond. Report came from the vicinity of Riverside.
hold on.
Got an algorithm in the suit that can extrapolate where the kidnappers might have gone. You're safe now.
Never thought I was getting out. Thank you. Those are the guys. Get them.
Okay.
Big mistake, pal.
That's a lot of guys. Alright, you're all down.
A thing of beauty.
Anybody else? Oh, there's like 3 of them left. There's one. And right after the holidays ended, I got sick. Pretty nasty sick too. I hook up. So like I said, it was there were, like I said, there were 3 things. One, also there was like post Christmas, post holiday shopping and stuff like that. The VR headset and stuff like that all had to be hooked up and assembled and everything. And I'm still working the bugs out of certain things.
Of kidnappers and their inevitable downfall.
Okay. Now there's 2 tokens here. What do you say we go for the side mission right now? Let's have fun storming the castle.
As I warned, Nostradamus-like, after Spider-Man recklessly took down Wilson Fisk without preparing for the consequences, our streets are now filled with aspiring gangsters, each trying to out-psycho the other. My next guest is lucky to have survived an armed robbery. Sir, we're glad you're okay.
Thanks. It was nuts. These dudes walk in like they own the place, waving guns around.
Appalling. When a businessman is afraid to make an honest living.
Yeah, it was a lifesaver that Spider-Man came along and stopped him.
Weren't you listening? He caused the problem. Forgive me for raising my voice. I'm emotional at the thought of what you went through. Jared, our caller seems shaken. Let's let him go.
I'm fine.
Goodbye!
Hey, Spider-Man!
Alright, let's try the side mission. Bye-bye, boys. Have fun storming the castle.
Doing a little nighttime bird watching?
Well, I was watching for nocturnal raptors in the park when I noticed a bunch of men armed with rifles over at
It's Central Park that happens.
Thanks for the heads up, Miss,
Stephanie, let me know if I can help. I'll keep an eye on the activities from up here.
Thanks for the assist, Stephanie. Why would armed men be at Belvedere Castle? Got a hunch they're not tourists.
I do appreciate. I can't imagine just how difficult it would have been for the developers to set up web lines in this area. It's like in most Spider-Man games, like I played, Ultimate Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Fisk's men. This isn't good.
Okay, that's not a good spot. That's not a good spot. Where is a good spot that I can attack from? I don't see anybody over here. Oh, okay.
Anybody here? Sleep it off.
Let's just grab you.
Hey! Spider-Man's here!
Oh, come on!
Literally Didn't see that coming.
I'll teach you something. Get back.
Not my best stuff. Not my best stealth work. But what are you gonna do?
Up to. Not sure what's going on.
I'm out of
here.
practice.
Wonder if there's any info I can get from this flash drive. Awesome. Stephanie, a bird just stole a flash drive full of evidence. Maybe a pigeon. Is that normal?
It is nesting season.
Yes, I did. I saw both. Did you see both?
I think there's a nest in the trees just southeast of the castle.
Great. I'll check it out.
Did you see both of them? There's two. There's a regular teaser trailer, and then there's the international trailer.
Come back with that flash drive, you dirty sky rats!
Try positive reinforcement. You know, pigeons are actually remarkably intelligent.
Remarkably intelligent, huh? Hey, pigeon. Sorry about the dirty sky rats thing. Maybe we can make a deal? Whatever Fisk is paying you in birdseed, I'll double it. Got one. He doesn't have the drive.
I still wish that these manufacturers would put these trailers in 4K. I mean, 4K TVs right now are just so ubiquitous. Everybody's got one. Everybody's got a 4K computer screen. You're shooting in 8K, for God's sakes, when you're doing these, like, IMAX transfers and stuff.
Got the drive. Back to the laptop to see what Fisk's men were up to.
Why aren't you, and your systems will support 4K, 8K, and things like that. Yes, you're going to be dealing with... Happy for Happy and Marissa. Oh. Well, I just want you to know that I thought Marissa Tomei was hot in her first movie. Thank you very much. My girlfriend doesn't watch it. Okay, good. My girlfriend's not watching this. Yes, I thought I thought Marissa Tomei was hot in her very first movie, My Cousin Vinny, where she started off as a Joe Pesci, where she is a hot little Spitfire, and she got the Oscar for that movie, actually. Most people argue she didn't deserve it. I disagree.
Come to think of it, even I use this network. Wait, it's still uploading remotely. There must be multiple access points. Stephanie, you're my eyes in the sky. See anything else strange in the park?
I see a pair of horned owls and... Oh, more guys at a nearby junction box.
Thanks. Keep a lookout for anything else. I need to get to that junction box before the upload completes. If they can't access the laptop, they can't upload.
Nothing over here.
Let's kick it up a notch. Say goodnight.
I'm in an ass kicking.
Oh, okay. This is almost as exciting as that time I saw 3 chestnut-sided warblers. Hey, I just noticed 2 other junction boxes being hit. Sending you the location.
Thanks for the heads up. I better get moving. 2 more? I never thought I'd say this. Why does Central Park need such strong Wi-Fi coverage?
He's got a
People
point.
came here to get away. There they are. Need to keep them away from that box.
Come on now.
Sweet
I'll kill you quick.
What the hell is this stuff made of?
Wait! Only 1 more to go.
Fantastic. All right. I got to admit, though, I did, out of, like, both of the trailers, I don't have a favorite between the two, but I do have a favorite scene that appears in one and not the other. And, of course, that's the international trailers where Peter is going through customs. The customs lady opens up his bag, sees the Spider-Man suit, and doesn't give a shit. And that, to me... Because, of course, this is Europe. They've never heard of Europe. They don't know who Spider-Man is. They've never heard of Spider-Man before. Again, Europe. And I thought that was a great moment. It was my favorite part of the trailer. So, in case I know you're going to ask, so what was your favorite part or what was your favorite scene? How about the people that go out for a run and can't stream their favorite... Hey, I'm an old school guy. I download, no joke, I actually download my music to my phone. I've always done that. And there's a reason for that. I don't trust streaming services, not because I'm worried about service loss, although that is certainly a concern.
Oh no. Are you sure?
It's actually because...
I'm pretty sure. Armed men just arrived.
Lock the roof entrance and hold tight. I'm on my way.
it's like here today, gone tomorrow kind of thing when it comes to streaming services. At least if you download something or own it physically, it's yours forever. So again, I don't trust streaming services because I'm paying for a streaming service. Yes, if the streaming service ever closes, it just costs more in the long run to subscribe to these services. I could pay, you know, I'd rather pay $10 for an album and own it, as long as I wanted the whole album. Oh, are you making a comment about Customs and Border Patrol? Well, let me tell you a funny story. I actually traveled internationally, but I traveled internationally not in today's day and age. The last time I traveled internationally was August of 2001. That is not a joke. That is not a fib. I am serious. That was the last time I traveled. I haven't traveled internationally since. I haven't felt the need to. And
thank you, Spider-Man. That was a little
I
more
once got
exciting
through
than my
customs
average
with a
night of
bag of
Hey, thank you. Your eagle eyes stopped an incarcerated crime boss from harvesting half the city's personal data.
with a bag of coffee.
Huh? Plus, I found a nest of
And I was so worried because I had seen Beverly Hills Cop.
Real
You ever see that movie Beverly Hills Cop where I thought, oh,
Thanks.
they're going to flag my bag, they're going to go through all my stuff, they're going to find all my coffee, they're going to take it from me, and I'm not going to be able to bring coffee back with me. Because they're gonna smell my bag smelling of coffee, because I was transporting coffee. And I thought for sure somebody's going to stop me. Somebody's going to yell at me, I'm going to be detained. Because I watched those shows. Even back then we had those shows, guy detained 20 hours. After hour 20 and a half, they found the drugs. I'm just like, seriously? What a, 20 hours, it took 20 hours to find the drugs on the guy? Seriously? But anyways, so I just assumed that was everybody's experience going through customs. It's like, okay, you hit the international line, you go into customs, and then they're going to stop you. They're going to, pat you down. They're gonna go through all your stuff. They're gonna do this for hours and hours and hours and hours, and then maybe if you're lucky, they're not going to find something they're going to make up to yell at you for, and then you'll be able to hopefully go through back to your home country with all your stuff intact. That's if you're lucky. And from what I've been told, it's worse now. Yep. Alright, so I leveled up, got some new stuff and some new access to some stuff. No. No. Yeah, I need this. Cool. Yeah, we have those here too. We have those here too.
Because this is a bombshell. We have on the line a lady whose husband was kidnapped by Spider-Man.
What?
What?
No, you've got it all wrong. My husband was kidnapped by criminals who shoved him into the trunk of a car. Spider-Man found him and got him out, then arrested the criminals when they came back.
Pardon me, ma'am, I didn't hear that last part over my intern's utter incompetence. You realize, of course, that it's possible Spider-Man arranged the kidnapping so he could save your husband and grab all the glory?
Huh, that seems like a lot of trouble to go to when he could just stop actual crime.
It's clear we are at an impasse. My best to you and your husband, madam. Jared, go to commercial, then fire yourself, then rehire yourself before the commercial ends. But no, your job ends by a thread. If I paid you, I'd cut your salary in half.
Yeah, we do have body scanners here too. I consider those a privacy violation. I do have a body scanner story, actually. It wasn't traveling internationally, it was traveling domestically. But yeah, they always use the body scanner excuse because body scanners by default, at least for the outputs that they see, they're X-rays. Let's say what they are. They're X-rays. And so what happened with them is that they can't pretty much model you 3D onto your clothes. That's what they're designed for. And at the very least, you know, people have anatomical things that are covered normally. Well, this sees right through all that stuff. However, the scanners are supposed to, when they're working properly, censor, blur, or block any naughty bits in the feeds when the scanners are being read. Now, when I traveled domestically and I was unfortunate enough to get a scanner, that did happen. You know, they did take a couple of pictures of my naughty bits and they blurred them. But the guy used the TSA agent, rent-a-cop, whatever you want to call him, used it as an excuse that, oh, we couldn't get an image of your calf area. When I know, and he showed me the readout, which was blurred, and I knew that was just bullshit. You want to pat me down, just tell me you want to pat me down. Don't give me some lie that your scanner couldn't image my private area when I know it can. It's just censoring it. So I made a joke. Oh yeah, it probably can't see what's so, you know, it probably is taking so hard to image what's so obviously enormous or whatever. And he really, I'm going to just tell you why he did it. He wanted to see what was in my travel bag. That's all he wanted. He wanted to count my money. I had money on my hip. And he wanted to go through it.
Robbery in progress. Suspects are armed.
That's all it was. There was nothing else. There was no other reason. But he lied to me. He used the scanner as the reason, as his excuse. And that, I feel, is insincere.
This tower.
There's been some discussion right now. This is not a spoiler. That was Fist Tower. It is located very close to the real-life Trump Tower. It's not in the exact same place, but a lot of people have called it a Trump Tower allegory. We're not going to get into, you know, Trump's, you know... Yeah, he did. That's right. He went into my personal wallet, and he started counting my money. And that's when I lost my sense of humor with him. And I said to him with all sincerity, I wasn't being joking anymore. I was joking about the, you know, about the large penis thing. That was a joke. But when I saw him going through my money bag, I said, every dollar that's in there better still be in there. When I walk here, or there are going to be words. And for a guy that's like hiding behind the law and everything else, he stopped. He zipped my bag right back up. He gave me my bag back. He didn't say two other words to me because at that point he knew he couldn't screw with me anymore. I had tipped myself off that, you know, I just couldn't, you know, oh, this is not a guy, you know, this, you know, he assumed that I was some guy that he could lie to and he could feed nonsense to, and then I'd simply just go along with it. But I had a breaking point, and going through my money was the breaking point. And when I said to him, every dollar, because I knew at that point, you know, with my demeanor at that moment, I wasn't disrespectful to him. I wasn't, because, you know, you go to jail for that. And but I mean, I wasn't being jovial with him anymore. I said it to him like this: every dollar that's in there better still be in there when I check it in just another minute or two. He zipped my bag right back up, and he gave it back to me. And he's like, "You're through." And this was a guy that this guy was ready to make me drop my pants before I took that tone with him.
Pardon me.
But the second I made it clear, I knew what he was up. I knew what he was up to. That he was screwing with me. He knew he couldn't hide behind the badge anymore. So that's my one body scanner story. Oh, I've been trying to say for a while, actually, that a lot of people call this an error. I think it's an error listed on the IMDb. That obviously these backpacks have been around for a while. Doesn't Spider-Man's webs dissolve after 2 hours? I think they mentioned that like once or twice. And that is true. That is actually mentioned in the game a few times, and it was mentioned in Spider-Man Homecoming. So why aren't these backpacks dissolved or whatever? Or why haven't they fallen away and dissolved? And I think the implication is that maybe this is an older web fluid that isn't like a 2-hour dissolve, that it's a long-lasting web fluid. Or that maybe Peter used an alternate web fluid that he doesn't, because Peter could have multiple different types of web fluid for all we know, and I understand that. So, that's my headcanon about that sort of thing, because again, this is, one, it could be old web fluid that lasts much longer, but isn't as good for things like tensile strength or something. Or maybe he just used a different type of web fluid. Alright, I know I'm screwing around. I know I should go after the Shocker right now, but the truth is that really, I do really like screwing around and talking with you, Revan, and I'm having fun. Alright. Also, I kind of do want the backpacks right now. Have you got a chance to play the game yet, Revan? The final game?
Local units, need a response to a robbery. Suspects are armed. Location is in the vicinity of Devil's Shelf.
Guys! Guns to the face is not proper consumer etiquette.
Here you have to put all you have in a plastic cart thing. I don't know the word in English. It probably would never... How I only got half of that, Revan. Is there more? Yeah, I think there's more. Oh yeah, we had to do that too. In fact, and I swear this is true, I was willing to put my bag in the plastic cart. I had my bag with me, and I was putting everything I had in the plastic cart, and I told them, you want me to put the bag in? And they said no. I'm not kidding, they said no. Now, maybe that's just bad training on their part, but they told me no. I figured, oh, the scanner will see it, which it did.
Hope crime would decline post-Fisk.
But they were setting me up because they wanted to justify, I'm sure, their salaries or whatever. That's what I think this was all about. I don't think that they were harassing me because they thought I actually had something. I think, honestly, and this is just me, I think they were just trying to justify their salaries. Now, I honestly believe there is no justification for their salaries, but that's just me. I don't think anything they do is a justification of their salaries. Yeah. Yeah, people will steal from those bags. Exactly. Radio City Music Hall. This is real.
That's a keeper.
That is certainly a place you want to go to. Only been to Radio City Music Hall once in my life. Well, let me phrase this. I've seen Radio City Music Hall multiple times in my life. It's pretty close to 30 Rock. It's not in 30 Rock, but it's pretty close. And yeah. So but I've only seen one production there. If there is a reason to go to Radio City Music Hall, I don't know if they still do this. I'm assuming they do. It seemed like tradition. Every Christmas time, every holiday, Radio City Music Hall has a Christmas review with the Rockettes. The Rockettes are there. I saw it one time. Santa's dancing with the Rockettes, and they're singing and they're dancing and there's music. It was fun. I was a kid. I had fun watching it, and I don't know if they still do it, but I know the Rockettes are still a thing. So if you want to go to New York and you want to see something from Radio City Music Hall, I totally recommend checking out, if they have it, check their holiday special. They have a different one every year, I think, or at least they did back when I was a kid. I would say that's worth checking out. I mean, I saw one once and I had a blast, so that's just my little review. I'm sure it changes every year, so what do I know, but yeah, Revan, like what you're saying. Of course, right. Exactly. Now, my passport is expired. But when I had one, because again, I did travel internationally legally, and in order to travel internationally legally, you need a passport. I get that. But yeah, you would have there. You gotta be kidding me. Yeah, that was annoying, but not impossible. Alright, I want to get a picture of the bridge. Let's do it from over here. It's a good picture. Queensboro Bridge. I've actually been on this bridge a couple of times in real life.
Shocker's loose again.
Alright, we're doing good. That's funny. Yeah, let me tell you something. True story. The Queensboro Bridge, I mean, all the bridges in New York City are absolutely beautiful. Try it. Oh, I can't. I'm too far away to get a web up there. Still too far away. Come on, you know you want to. There's the bag. True story, if you actually want one of these bags for yourself, you can buy them, or at least you could buy them a couple months ago. Backpacks are included in the Spider-Man GameStop collector's box. There is there is like everybody's got one of these prize boxes or surprise boxes or whatever. They're pretty much like for everything. In fact, I've seen PlayStation surprise boxes. I've seen what do you call it? Super Nintendo surprise boxes. I've seen all different types of surprise boxes. And there is a Spider-Man the game surprise box, which includes a whole bunch of cool stuff, like this blanket and a coffee thermos with a white spider. And I don't know if you can see it up there, but there's a change box up there of Spider's Spider's gloved hand, which is pretty cool. And yeah, one of the things there's no shirts. Unfortunately, that was the thing. I really wanted to get one of these shirts. Particularly, I wanted to get a hoodie in this style. Unfortunately, that is not included. This shirt is Hot Topic exclusive, unfortunately. So the only place you can get it is from Hot Topic.
Ooh, love that shot.
Oh, I'm standing on 30 Rock right now. That's cool. That's the NBC building in real life. This is where the Lego store is in real life. There is a Lego store. It's here. That's where the Lego store would be, if memory serves. Trying to remember exactly where the Nintendo store is. I don't think they built it. Yes and no. I have watched some of them, but I have not watched all of them. Okay, this I don't. Okay, now the geography is a little bit messed up because this building right here, this church, is not located this close to Okay, I just want you to know that that guy shot me first before I beat him up. Yeah, this church is real. St. Patrick's Cathedral. My girlfriend has brought me in here. The skin burned as I walked in. No, I'm just kidding. No, me and the Lord, we've had our issues. But anyways, yeah, my girlfriend, this is not as close. It's maybe an extra block or two in real life. Here you can see it's kind of adjacent. In real life, that's not that close. It's a good model, though. Very good model. Very good model. Okay, what's around here? You know what? I'll go over that area later. Let's head down this way. Yeah, Han shot first. Yeah, in that case, that was Han, and he shot me first, and I shot him second, and now he's not a problem anymore. All right, let's go over this way, shall we? There's a couple of landmarks, and I might as well play a mission. So yeah, I actually did enjoy the trailer that was released today for Spider-Man Far From Home. Wish it was in 4K, really wish it was in 4K. Mad that it wasn't. Let's see what's over here. Hey, wait a second, that's purple. Is this? It is.
I wonder if King T'Challa got his powers from being bitten by a radioactive panther. Dude's tough, but that'd still probably hurt.
Is that purple intentionally? I don't remember it being purple, but then again, I never visited that building during the school, during nighttime, so I don't know for sure. Problem with some of these landmark shots is that the camera can get really close, unfortunately.
Love it.
That's the United Nations building. I don't have a wide field of view basically when it comes to this building, so it's a little tougher to get a good shot of it. Yeah, the United Nations building is real, and you can visit it. And from what I've been told, they do public tours. You can get a tour of the building. From what I've been told, at least from the comics, like the history of the United Nations with the comics, it does exist in the Marvel comics. It also exists in the DC comics, but it's not called the United Nations building. It's actually been called multiple different words in the DC comics. Let's see if I can get a good picture or good feel. Let's see. Maybe here I can get a good shot of it. Okay, let's see. In real life, this is the East River. This is real. Yeah, so a couple of bits of information about the United Nations building. From what I remember, I think it was a gift by the Rockefellers, but don't quote me on that. Couple of other things. This is called the United Nations in Marvel Comics. From what I've been told, Captain America was a frequent speaker there. There have been many issues of Captain America speaking in front of the United Nations. It has also appeared in DC Comics, two particular things I can think of off the top of my head specifically, but it wasn't called the United Nations building. In one of my favorite episodes of Justice League, the animated series, United Dark Nations. Actually, in the Justice League, in the Justice League comic, it was called the World Assembly, and Aquaman came to visit it. Now, basically just to say, you all better get your shit in order, or I can actually cause sea levels to rise. And they're like, who the hell are you to talk to us like that? And Aquaman's like, I'm the born ruler of Atlantis. Badass moment. The other place, and this was specifically, they used the image, although they couldn't call it this, was the 1960s Batman movie. Starring, of course, Lee Merriweather and Cesar Romero and Adam West and Burt Ward and everybody, and Burgess Meredith. This was the target of the villains. The Rogues Gallery specifically targeted this building. They used a picture of this building, but they couldn't call it the United Nations. I don't know why. Probably because this is not New York, this is Gotham, even though they clearly shot in New York when they weren't shooting in Los Angeles. The building they called this was the United World Building. They wanted to kidnap the ambassadors. That was the plot line of the movie. Was they wanted to kidnap the United... But the funny thing that I got a kick out of was that they said the building was located, at least in the 1960s Batman movie, they said it was located on Gotham East River. Which is not real because Gotham isn't real. But this is the East River. We are literally on the East River right now, and that is real. So I thought that was a nice nod. And of course, my sister, who's lived in New York for a while, she used to live at St. John's, at St. John's, what's the word? She used to live at the St. John's school, university, that's the word, university. She lived at St. John's University, and of course she recognized the United Nations building when she saw the movie